We have now arrived at the city of Agra, home of the most beautiful building in the world, the Taj Mahal. Atop the entrance gate to the grounds of the Taj Mahal, 22 domes depict the number of years it took to build the mausoleum. The Taj Mahal was built between the years 1631 and 1653 by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. It was a memorial to his wife, who died at the age of 34 during the birth of her 14th child. Upon hearing of her death while away in battle, the emperor vowed to build the most extravagant monument the world had ever seen. The Taj Mahal, a masterpiece of grace and an architectural genius, required 20,000 workers, 22 years to build. The inside and outside walls were inlaid with precious and semi-precious jewels. The Agra Fort is another combination of military fortress and elegant palace. The sad aftermath of the Taj story is that one of Shah Jahan's sons murdered his brothers, imprisoned his father in this fort, and usurped the throne. The architecture of the interior of the fort is of a Hindu design. This is Shah Jahan's view of the Taj Mahal while he was imprisoned in the Agra fort. We were trapped in a horrendous traffic jam while on the way to Fatehpur Sikri from the Agra fort. The fairy tale city of Fatehpur Sikri, where dancing girls served as parcheesi pieces, was constructed by the Emperor Akbar in 1575. During a political upheaval less than 10 years after it was completed, the whole court was shifted to Lahore, and the city was left a ghost town, as it has remained to this day. A ceremony honoring the Hindu god Ganesh was held on the hotel grounds one evening. We came upon this bridegroom being paraded through town to his wedding. A view of the Taj Mahal at sunrise. In Khajuraho, we visited a private school where the children were very well behaved. The temples of Khajuraho are one of India's main attractions. The temples are a superb example of Indo-Aryan architecture. However, it is not the architecture, but the decorations with which they are so liberally embellished that has made Khajuraho so famous. 1,000 years ago today, the people in this area were obviously less inhibited than we are today, as seen by the carvings on these temples. Nude men and women and various sex positions appear over and over in the temple decorations. The erotic figures show numerous possibilities, some requiring amazing contortions, and others look like good fun. A visit to the town of Varanasi allowed us to observe the early morning activities along the banks of the Ganges River. After boarding the boat for our tour of the waterfront, we were given candles mounted on large leaves to float in the water. Sunrise on the Ganges. Before sunrise every morning, thousands of people from all over the country line the banks of the Ganges River. They bathe in its sacred waters, exercise on the stone steps, wash their clothes, fill ornate brass containers with water to take home, or simply sit lotus-legged, gazing at the emerging scene. This man is meditating as he floats in the river. Many cremations take place every day, and the ashes are swept into the holy river. The cost is equivalent to about $50 US. These men are selling brass containers of Ganges River water. There are many interesting old buildings on the waterfront. This was our mode of transportation to the river.